Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So here's a good one. I had a little hot water, boiling hot water I splashed on it, but it's still kicking here. Take sharp knife first and scrape along the side of the shell. And right along the shell, making sure not to cut open
There's that little membrane
the
there
body.
that attaches, right?
Yeah, it's like a little foot, which is really like, tastes like a scallop if you can get that out of there. On this other side, scrape along the shell. When you dip them really quick in the boiling water, it comes off of the shell a lot easier. Scrape it along, opening, prying it open, and getting the whole thing to fall out. Like that.
Glurp.
Okay, so here's our guy. Scissors, cut open along the ridged opening and straight up one of the siphon tubes.
You'll see
and cut off this nasty brown end.
And then
So there's the first chamber. You open up the first chamber, go back here, and you can just poke in and open up the wall for the second chamber. So you're butterflying that part open. Now here the foot is really one of the best parts, but then so are these side walls here. So I want to make sure I'm separating and getting the foot, and there's the muscle that held it to the shell. It's like a scallop. So I'm going to cut that part free and then come up one side of the membrane in the gills. Get that part off of there, flip it over here, get that scallop slippery guy off, and I'll come back and get him later. And then that really thin membrane just starts to tear off, especially when they're really big and heavy. But cut up along the gill and just cut this whole part right off. So you have, this is one of the parts that you just clean really well under running water. Get all that part off. You have to really work hard to get the sand out of the little ridges in here. And a little extra thing. There's sometimes a little film there that you can grab and pull off. But once that's all cleaned off, then put that in cold water for it to wait. Now the kicker. This thing is gonna contract on me when I try to cut it off. Where I cut it, I just cut off all this nastiness at an angle. Woo! The kickback and the siphon tube comes out. Isn't that fun to watch? It's really nasty. And also kind of satisfying in a weird way at the same time. So you can see the nasty tummy part, and I cut up and to butterfly this up to the end. Turn around, and this is where it really contracts, is when I get up under here and try to cut up along this length to butterfly the foot. So I'm trimming up with the scissors, and he's contracting a little bit. And cut up this flat end of the digger foot to butterfly it. Now turn it around and come back toward the tummy, toward the nasty brown gooky stuff. And he's still kicking in my hand there. Ooh, I cut along on one side of this gross part to try to get it butterflied on one side of it. And all the way to the back, because there's that little tube of nastiness, the little vein that goes up to the back side of the digger foot. Running it underwater, usually at this point that stomach stuff will just scrape right off. And you want to, of course, make sure all the brown gooky stuff is out. And I still have some tube, I think, hiding in there, so I'm just going to butterfly it a little bit more. Make sure I get all that nasty poopy stuff out of there. And this is one of the best parts when you dredge and pan fry this. This fatty stuff right here is just the bacon of the sea when you fry it. And so once you make sure that part's all clean on both sides and butter slides in, you're ready to go. I think I got it all.
Looks good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, thanks for watching.